we already heard reports that Tucker Carlson was being considered by Donald Trump. Now, we heard the audio of Trump saying that when he was asked, would you consider Tucker Carlson seriously for VP? And he said, yeah, I actually would seriously consider Tucker Carlson for VP. Now, I never thought that this was a realistic possibility, and I'm still not sure it is. But since that announcement, a few days later, they walked out at UFC 295 in Madison Square Garden. Trump, Tucker, Kid Rock, Dana White, and they brought the house down. And at that point in time, I'm like, holy crap, man, this could be a little more serious than previously I expected. And now we're getting this report from Maggie, I think her name is Heiberman of the New York Times. And this is the audio right here from what she is saying. Here we go.
There's been the name floated, my old boss, Tucker Carlson, as vice president. Is that a real thing that you're hearing as a possibility, or is that floated by maybe people around Tucker?
No, it's a real thing that I am hearing as a possibility. The likelihood of it, I don't know. I think there will be a pretty professionalized vetting process, honestly.
There's been the name floated.
So that's her basically saying that from everything she's hearing, it is being seriously considered. There is going to be, and she even said in this in the article, she basically said, like, as much as Trump's first campaign didn't have as a tight a ship as maybe he wanted, this one seems like he is keeping things a lot more tight and a lot more close to the vest. And he is surrounding himself with the most absolute, the people he can absolutely trust. And the vetting process is going to be much tougher this time around for his campaign and his cabinet. And so that's the latest we have on it. And I mean, right now, I don't know if you gun to my head, if you're like, do you think Tucker is going to be the nominee? I'm still probably going to say no, but I am far more convinced that it is legit than I ever have before at this point in time. It does seem like it could happen. And the more I think about it, the more I think it's the perfect ticket. It seems like it could be the perfect ticket. Once upon a time, me and many others thought that perfect ticket might be the Trump DeSantis ticket. Clearly, that is not, that is not the case. But since we've heard this whole thing with Tucker, and again, Trump is a marketing genius, and he knows every move he makes, everything he does. There's a reason why he does the things he does. So again, a few days after the audio of him, I think it was Clay Travis that asked him about Tucker Carlson. A few days after that, UFC 295 happens, and he knows when he walks out in Madison Square Garden to Kid Rock's American Badass, and he's got Kid Rock with him, Dana White, and Tucker Carlson, he knows what he's doing. He's out there and he's putting that out there so that he can get people talking and start building enthusiasm and conversation about it. That's what he's doing that for. This man has been around for 70 something years now. And as long as I've known of Donald Trump, he has been a marketing machine, a brilliant marketer. He knows this game as good as anyone. So him doing these things, there's a reason why. If this is going to happen, I think that it definitely will happen later than sooner. I think Trump will wait till the very last second if Tucker is his VP. And again, if you said, like, gun to my head, if I have to make a prediction, I lean towards this not happening overall. But I am far more convinced that it's possible than I was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I was thinking there's no way in hell this would happen. And then suddenly all of this comes out and I'm like, okay, maybe this is like a possibility. And again, the thing that really changed it for me was this. So again, just so I want to paint the picture one more time. Trump is a marketing genius. All right. He's a marketing genius. And when he was asked about this on Clay Travis's show, he said he would strongly consider it. And then just a few days later, this happened right here.
When he walked out of Madison Square Garden, it was fucking bananas.
Really?
It
Went crazy.
was the
Okay.
whole place was cheering. He walks out to Kid Rock's American Badass with Kid Rock and Tucker Carlson walking in like the right-wing Avengers. And the place went nuts. I'm telling you, the fucking cheers of the crowd were nuts. I mean, it was overwhelmingly in support of him, and it lasted a long time. I mean, it was a roll.
Now, for Joe Rogan to say this, Joe Rogan is not a Trump guy. He's just not. And that's one of my big problems with him in terms of him actively saying he doesn't want to bring Trump on his show. So he's not a Trump guy. So he's not the type that's just going to oversell this for the sake of overselling it because it's Trump.
Well, I mean, you had to hear what the crowd sounded like before he walked in and then when he did. I mean, it was just overwhelming cheers for like over a minute. I mean, just imagine a minute of people screaming at the top of their lungs. Yeah.
That's fantastic. So again, moments like this, and now you're having reports saying from within, I guess, Trump's inner circle that they're not saying it's going to happen. They're just saying that it is being strongly considered by Donald Trump.